First, you'll need to gather a few supplies. You'll need 18 inches of faux leather or cork fabric that measures at least 25 inches wide, a 15-inch single slide zipper. I'm using Sallie Tomato zippers by the yard, a pair of scissors, an air erasable pen, one set of chain strap connectors, one 1/2-inch slider buckle, and if you'd like, a tassel cap. All of these supplies can be purchased on our website, sallietomato.com, or you can request them at your local fabric shop. You'll also need a lot of wonder clips. If you don't have wonder clips, you could also use binder clips or clothespins. And you'll need a spool of polyester thread. Start by taking your fabric and cut out the pattern pieces that are included in the pattern download. You can download the pattern from sallietomato.com. Start by taking your front zipper gusset piece and your zipper. Place the zipper right sides together with your fabric and align the raw edge of the zipper along one long edge of the gusset piece. Use some clips to hold the pieces together. Next, take it over to your sewing machine and top stitch the layers together with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. It's helpful to use a zipper foot to attach the zipper, or you could use a narrow foot. I'm sewing on the Baby Lock Accomplish. This is my favorite machine. I sew on this machine every day and use it to design my patterns. I'm just going to use my standard foot that comes with my machine because it's narrow enough to sew this seam. Next, you're going to fold the zipper away from the gusset and press the seam allowance towards the gusset. Then you're going to top stitch along the seam with 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now you're going to repeat the same steps to attach the back zipper gusset to the opposite raw edge of the zipper. Take your handle piece, fold it in half with wrong sides together. Use some sewing clips to hold the folds in place. Top stitch along the raw edges with an 1/8 inch seam allowance. Then go ahead and top stitch the folded edge with an 1/8 inch seam allowance. Take your zipper gusset piece and measure in 1 inch from each of the short side edges. Then take your handle piece and measure in 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inches in from each side of the handle and make a mark. With right sides up, you're going to place the handle on top of the zipper gusset. The folded edge of the handle should be towards the front of the gusset. Align the short raw edge with the 1 inch mark on the gusset, and the folded edge should be about 1/4 of an inch from the seam. You're going to sew a box on the end of the handle, stopping at the 1 inch mark, and sew an X in between the box. Next, take one of your chain strap connectors. You're going to thread it through on the unsewn end of the handle with the flat side of the hardware against the wrong side of the handle. Slide the hardware all the way down to your previous top stitching. You're going to lift the handle so that way there's room for the hardware. So your 1 inch mark and your 2 inch mark should be about 3/4 of an inch apart. Then you're going to sew your box in between the 2 inch line and the 3 inch line on the end of your handle, and you'll sew the X in between the box for reinforcement. Take your remaining strap connector and slide it onto the raw end of your handle. Slide it all the way down so it reaches the other stitching so it's out of the way for now. Align the unsewn short raw edge with that 1 inch line on the opposite side of the gusset, and you're going to sew your box and your X just like before. After sewing, slide your hardware close to the box that you have just sewn. Lift the handle up just as before. Then you'll sew your remaining box to top stitch that remaining side of the handle in place. Take your bottom gusset piece and place it right sides together with your zipper gusset. Align one of the short edges and use some sewing clips to hold the layers together. Then take it over to your sewing machine and sew the layers together with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Fold the bottom gusset away from the zipper gusset. Top stitch the bottom gusset with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Next, we're going to repeat to attach the opposite short edge of the bottom gusset to the remaining short edge of the zipper gusset. You'll sew the layers together with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance and then do your top stitching just like before. Next, take your scissors and we're going to make small 1/8 inch cuts along both edges of the gusset pieces. This will help relax our fabric because we're going to be attaching this straight edge to our curved circle edge of our bag. Don't cut any deeper than 1/4 inch. Stay closer to about 1/8 of an inch because we're going to be sewing the layers together with 3/8 of an inch, so these cuts won't be able to be seen from the outside and won't weaken our bag. Now, with right sides together, you're going to take one of your circle pieces and you're going to clip it around the raw edge of one side of the gusset. As you can see, by making those small little cuts along the gusset, it will help relax the fabric and help curve better to our circle. Unzip your zipper part way to help for turning the bag right side out later. Next, you're going to sew around the entire edge of the circle. I find it's easiest to sew with the circle against the bed of the sewing machine, and that way you can move the gusset out of the way as you sew. First, you're going to sew with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around the edge of the circle. Then you're going to sew with 1/4 inch all the way around for reinforcement. After one side is attached, make sure that you caught everything in the seam. Then you're going to take your remaining circle and place it right sides together with the raw edge of the gusset and repeat the same steps as before to attach it to the opposite side. And ta-da! We can turn our bag right side out. Use your fingers to help push out the seams and also roll them so they're along the very edge of the seam and everything lays nice and flat and smooth. You can stick your hand inside your bag and help push out the seam allowance and roll the seam with your fingers to make sure that the seam is nice and flat. Take some sewing clips and clip the seam the opposite direction all the way around each side of the bag. And let this sit for about an hour to help relax the fabric and help the bag keep its shape. After one side is clipped, you'll repeat to clip the opposite side. Next, take your strap pieces, place them right sides together perpendicular to each other, and have about 1/4 of an inch overhang on each edge. Sew a diagonal line from corner to corner to attach the strap pieces to make one long strap. Trim the seam allowance so it's about 1/4 of an inch from your stitching. Press the seam open with your fingers and top stitch each side of the seam down with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Trim the excess seam allowance even with each of the side edges. Then fold the strap in half with wrong sides together along the length and top stitch each length side with 1/8 inch seam allowance. Next, take your slider buckle and thread the strap through from the underside over the center bar and back down. Fold the strap onto itself. You'll want the raw edge and the fold to be far enough apart so you can stitch your 1-inch box with the X inside just like before. Position the strap so the underside with the raw edge is face up and the folded edge is towards the front of the bag. So the raw edge will be towards the back of the bag. We want the pretty side towards the front. Have your slider buckle towards the right and take the raw end of your strap. Make sure your chain strap connector isn't twisted and thread the raw end of the strap through the inside of the bag towards the outside of the bag. Pull the strap through. Then take the raw end and thread it back through the slider buckle. You'll thread it through from the underside and back down the opposite side. This will conceal that raw end of the strap. So here's what your strap should look like so far. Now we're going to attach the opposite end. Make sure your strap isn't twisted and make sure your hardware isn't twisted. Then thread the strap through the outside towards the inside this time. Fold the strap onto itself so you have enough room to sew your box with the X in the middle. Then take this over to your sewing machine and do your top stitching just like before. Lastly, I'm going to show you how to make an optional tassel using tassel cap hardware. Take your tassel piece, measure a 1/2 inch down from the top edge and mark a horizontal line. Take your scissors or a rotary cutter and ruler and cut 1/4 inch increments up to the 1/2 inch line, starting at the bottom edge. Next, we're going to fill the tassel cap with glue. Use an industrial strength glue such as E6000 or Loctite. You could also use hot glue. Fill the cap with a generous amount of glue. Then you're going to roll your tassel tight along that top edge that doesn't have any cuts on it. Take your tassel cap and push the top edge of the tassel inside the cap. Then you're going to take your screw and screw the fabric in place. You can leave the tassel as is, or take a scrap of fabric and wrap and glue it around the top edge of the tassel. You can use a rubber band to hold it in place while the glue dries. Now your tassel is complete and you can clip it to one of your chain connectors or even your zipper pull. All of these supplies can be purchased on our website, sallietomato.com, or you can request them at your local fabric shop.